There are a lot of ways to invest in real estate and diversify your portfolio, from owning actual property to using online crowdfunding platforms. When done right, real estate can be a smart way to grow your wealth.
Nice.
Especially during a rocky stock season, like we've seen in 2025. Most people think of buying a home or rental property first, but that's not the only option.
That's right.
And let's be real, not everyone wants to deal with tenants or fix broken toilets.
That's true.
The good news is there are plenty of ways to invest in real estate without becoming a full-time landlord.
Nice.
So let's go through the 5 ways to start investing in real estate. The first way is to buy REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. REITs let you invest in real estate without having to buy or manage a property yourself. They're similar to mutual funds, but instead of stocks or bonds, they own things like office buildings, shopping centers, apartment buildings, and hotels. REITs often pays out good sizes dividends, which is why many people use them to help save for retirement. If you don't need the money right away, you can reinvest those dividends to help your investment grow over time. So, are REITs a good investments? They can be, but they're all not the same. Some are traded on the stock market, while others are not. This matters because REITs that aren't traded publicly can be hard to sell and may be tricky to figure out how much they're worth.
Oh no!
For beginners, it's usually best to stick with REITs that are bought and sold on the stock market. You can also spread out your risk by investing in a fund that owns shares of many different REITs. You can do this by buying a real estate ETF or a mutual fund that includes REITs. If you want to buy REITs, you'll need a brokerage account. It will only take you 15 minutes to open one. Some brokerage account you can open is like Schwab or Fidelity. Next, use an online real estate investment platform. Real estate investment platforms let you put money into real estate projects by working with developers. You can invest through loans, debt, or by becoming a part owner equity. In return, you may be paid every month or every few months. But keep in mind, these type of investments can be risky and often comes with fees. They're also hard to sell quickly,
That's right.
unlike stocks, so your money might be tied up for a while. Third, think about investing in rental properties. There's a story I read before. It's about Tiffany. Tiffany didn't set out to become a real estate investor. At just 21 years old, she was finishing college in North Carolina and planning to stick around for grad school. Instead of renting, she thought, why not buy? She found a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom condo on Craigslist, designed like student housing. Tiffany moved into one room and rented out the other 3. The rent from her roommates covered all her expenses and gave her an extra $100 a month. Pretty good for a grad student, right? That experience sparked something in her. She had unknowingly stepped into real estate investing using a method known as house hacking. The idea? You live in the property while renting out the other rooms or unit to help pay the mortgage. Experts like David Meyer from Bigger Pockets say this is a smart way to get started, especially since you can still use a regular residential loan if the property has 4 units or fewer. Of course, you can also invest by buying a property just to rent it out. The key is to make sure the rent you charge is higher than your monthly expenses. And if you're not handy and don't want the hassle, you need to hire a property manager to take care of repairs and tenant issues. Still, managing it yourself at first can be a great learning experience that pays off in the long run.
That's right.
Fourth, consider flipping investment properties. This is HGTV come to life. You invest in an underpriced home in need of a little love, renovate it as inexpensively as possible, and then resell it for a profit. This is called house flipping. This strategy is a little bit harder than it looks like on TV.
That's right.
It's also more expensive than it used to be, giving the higher cost of building material and mortgage interest rates. Many house flippers aim to pay for the homes in cash. The other risk of flipping is that the longer you hold the property, the less money you'll make, because you may be paying a mortgage without bringing any income. You can lower the risk by living in the house as you fix it up, if the updates are cosmetic, and you don't mind a little dust. And fifth, rent out a room. Another easy way to start real estate is by renting out a part of your home. This can help lower the housing costs and make it easier to stay in your home while its value continues to grow.
Nice.
For younger buyers, having roommates can also make a mortgage more affordable. Not ready for that kind of setup? Try something short-term, like listing a spare room on Airbnb. It's a low-commitment version of house hacking. You don't need a long-term tenant. Airbnb does some background checks, and they offer protection in case of damages. Renting out a room is a much more doable option than jumping straight into buying a full rental property.
That's true.
If you have some space, you can start here. Just like any investment, the best option depends on what works for you.
That's right.
Think about how much time and money you can put in, and whether you want to be the one handling repairs and tenant issues. If fixing things isn't your thing, you might want to look into options like REITs or crowdfunding platforms, where you can invest without owning or managing a property yourself. So what's the bottom line? Real estate offers a variety of ways to grow your wealth, even if you're not ready to become a full-time landlord. From REITs to renting out a room, there's an investment strategy for every comfort level and budget. The key is to choose the path that matches your goals, risk tolerance, and time commitment. Want to get started, but not sure which route is best for you? Feel free to message me, and I'll be happy to help you take the first step. Thanks for tuning in. Discover more about Las Vegas and Henderson with our free relocation guide. For additional details or a free consultation, visit my website or social media. Find all the links in this podcast description. Also, I love hearing from our listeners. If you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions, or real estate stories to share, please reach out to us. You can follow me on my social media pages. Just search for Long's Real Estate, local realtor in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. I will also save the links in the description of this video. Until then, remember, in Las Vegas and Henderson, the odds are always in your favor when you have the right real estate agent by your side. Thanks for joining us today. See you next week.